That's enough. That is enough. That is absolutely enough. I've had enough now. I'm really sick and tired. The same mundane, monotonous bullshit that I'm seeing with my own fucking eyes. 2 wins in 16. I mean, we had 8 fucking days to prepare for this game. We had 8 days. You had 3 days rest. Mr. Potter, what the fuck were you doing for 8 days? What were we doing in training? I mean, we're hearing from media outlets, from Todd Bowley and co, and Matt Law and all these connected journalists coming out and saying that Todd Bowley's in love with Potter's training sessions, saying that it's so intense, it's fantastic. Then why are we playing like utter shit in matches? It doesn't make any sense. It's not being translated. It's not aligned. There's no congruency. There's nothing here. It's a fugazi. It's a fugazi. It's non-existent. It's not here. I'm not seeing anything translated onto that pitch. We had a bright 20 minutes. The rest was an absolute shit show. What sort of response was there when we went 1-0 down? What were those substitutions, Mr. Potter? You have to respond now. You have to show something, some element of desire, something. Show me that you care. You come out in press conferences and go, well, that's life. It is what it is. I'm sure you'll be saying that when you're on 12 million a year on a 5-year contract. Of course you don't give a fuck. I mean, Mr. Potter, I'm sick of this now. This is not even a case of trust the process, we have a project. We are now in a situation where we must cement our Premier League status for next season. We are currently sitting at 10th. I have no idea how teams behind us haven't leapfrogged us. We are on 31 points in 10th. We need that magic 40. We need 9 points, meaning we need 3 wins in 14 remaining Premier League games. Looking at our fixture list and looking at our current form, please tell me, guys, where are you seeing our next 3 wins coming from? Because if you ask me, I don't know where it's coming from. I have no idea. I don't have a scoopy. I couldn't tell you anything where our next 3 wins are coming from. He waits until we go 2-0 down in the 83rd minute to bring some fucking attackers on. I mean, I'm lost for words. You bring on Mason Mount and Zachariah. For what reason? You're 1-0 down. There's no fluidity. There's no intensity. We need attackers. You have Mikhailo Mudryk, you have Madueke, you have Aubameyang. We are 1-0 down in a must-win clash, and you bring on Mason Mount, who has done fucking nothing all season. What sort of impact is he going to bring off the bench? In the form that he is currently in, what sort of impact is he going to be providing for this team? This is where you have to draw the line. I'm all for trusting processes. Trust me. I'm sick and tired of hiring and sacking. I want a long-term project manager. We had one in Thomas Tuchel, and we decided, fair enough, you didn't want him. You didn't have the same vision. You couldn't collaborate together. Fine, whatever, cool. You brought your guy in. This isn't about a process anymore. 2 wins in 16 is unacceptable. Forget Chelsea for a second. It's 2 wins in 16 is unacceptable for any Premier League team. It's unacceptable for a team like Leeds United. It's unacceptable for a team like Southampton. I guarantee you, 20th place Southampton has a better record than 2 wins in 16. And we have spent 600 fucking million in 6 months. In 6 months, we've spent 600 million to get where? Show me, where is the proof here? The proof in the pudding. What am I seeing on the pitch here? I'm seeing a disaster. I'm seeing a shit show. I'm seeing shit all over the place. I'm seeing a diabolical shambles left, right and centre. I'm not seeing any sort of fluidity. I'm not seeing chemistry. I'm not seeing players in unity, in unison, providing for each other. Yes, I get that takes time. You're bringing a lot of players together. But this is where Graham Potter, this is where man management comes in. This is where he has to control the controllables. Yes, there's external factors that you can't legislate for, but there are controllables. And bringing on Mount and Zachariah instead of Madueke and Mudryk and Aubameyang when you're 1-0 down with piss poor substitutions, and giving players 3 days rest when we've been on piss poor form, and telling me that it's the best thing to do. I mean, you gave these guys 3 days rest for what? For what? You had 8 days to prepare for this game. What have I witnessed? What have I seen? What sort of response have I seen from Southampton last week? What have I seen on this pitch right now? You tell me, what have I seen? I've seen nothing. You go 1-0 down, what sort of response do I see from the players? And you want to sit here and tell me that these Chelsea players give a flying fuck? You're going to sit here and tell me that these players care? One ounce that they care at all. They couldn't give a flying fuck, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. As I said, we had a bright 20 minutes here to begin with, a few bits of individual brilliance. And that's the other thing I want to mention. I'm seeing no identity, no patterns of play, no style of play, heavily reliant on Joao Felix's technical ability, that combination between Enzo Fernandez and Joao Felix. We're so heavily reliant on individuals here and there. I'm seeing nothing as a unit, as a team. I'm seeing nothing. There's no chemistry. Absolutely nothing. There's no leaders on this pitch. There is nothing. Nada, nish. And you're seeing some stoic, quiet little mouse on the touchline who is showing no element of desire, no element of tactical nous, or any sort of inclination that he wants to do anything. I'm seeing absolutely nothing. Garbage on the pitch. This is a Tottenham team that, despite being in the Champions League round of 16 like us, I'm not sure how much longer, despite being in the FA Cup and being really poor, they're still in a very good position in top 4, still in the FA Cup, still in the Champions League. But they're not that good. This Tottenham team is not that special. We have a fantastic record at their stadium. This Tottenham team is not special. And we've come here and we've got absolutely turned over. We got turned over by Tottenham Hotspur. Fucking Tottenham, who have been terrible all season. We got turned over. Do you know how embarrassing this is? 2 wins in 16. It's not acceptable, and I'm sorry, I'm getting to a point now where if you're still Pottering, major questions need to be asked. Major questions, because I want to sit down and actually understand what's going on. For a long time I was on the fence. I wanted to be positive. I wanted to be optimistic. I said, let's give Potter a bit of time. I wasn't necessarily his biggest fan. I was like, you know what, I'm sort of on the fence. Let's give this guy time. He's got a lot of money, a lot of players coming in. He has to, a lot of external factors that he has to deal with. But I've now got to a stage where we need to survive. And it's not a joke anymore. Initially, I was joking a few weeks ago, but seriously, it's got to a stage now where I'm not joking anymore. We have to survive. It is a must. Forget the Champions League, because we're not overturning that playing like that. We are not getting top 4. It's over. It's finito. We need to survive. And that means we most likely have to get Potter. Potter has to go. It's got to a stage now where enough is enough. When do you say enough is enough? Those guys that still say Potter in, what is your cut-off point? What do you want to see is just die, absolutely die. We're in free fall right now. We are in free fall. We are dying in front of our eyes. How much longer are you going to wait until you want to pull the trigger on Potter? Because as far as I'm concerned, this is only going to get worse. This is just the beginning. And you want to sit here and tell me that all the players are behind Graham Potter, that, there's no arguments in the camp and everyone is smiley, everyone is positive, and the training sessions are immaculate, according to Todd Bowley. Whatever training sessions you're seeing, mate, I'm not seeing that on the pitch. I'm absolutely not seeing that on the pitch. I'm seeing us getting tactically outclassed on the pitch. He's not as tactically astute as a Pep Guardiola, as a Jurgen Klopp. Absolutely not. Even as a Thomas Tuchel, I'm not seeing any of this. You sack Thomas Tuchel for this. That is my only response. I'm absolutely sick of this shit now. He has to go. At this point, I'm sorry. It's not even reactionary. It's not even emotional. He has to go now. Because at what point is enough is enough? What do you guys think? Leave me your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. And I'll see all of you guys for my next video. Peace.